traditional carbonara is made with pork, an egg, and cheese. And that's about it, little salt, little pepper. It's a pretty simple dish and it's delicious. Now, the pork that's traditionally used for carbonara is guanciale, which is a bacon made from the jowls of the pig. Some people might be going, oh, that's weird. No, but actually it's delicious, right? This is actually a really fatty part of the pig. It doesn't work, and it makes an incredible bacon. In the absence of guanciale, you can also use pancetta, but today we're just gonna use regular bacon. We're gonna use a thick cut bacon, which has a little bit more fat. We're gonna cut it down into like 1/2 inch by 2 inch sticks. So you're gonna take your standard slice of bacon and just cut it every 1/2 inch. You can totally make a vegetarian version of this if you want. Instead of working with bacon fat, you would be working with butter. Though it really does need some substance, so I would add some sort of cooked vegetable to it, like peas or chopped carrots, because otherwise it's just literally going to be pasta and butter and cheese and egg, which sounds great, but a carbonara generally has meat to give it kind of a different texture, so you might consider adding a vegetable as well. The cheese we're going to be working with is Parmesan cheese, and it needs to be grated really finely. Like, the thicker your cheese, the bigger the pieces, the longer it will take to melt, and it will work against you. Because we're going to be working with the heat of the sauce and the heat of the fat, and when we add the pasta, the heat of the pasta. We also need to have a cup of pasta water taken out of the pasta cooking pot, because we're gonna need that as well. So when you take your pasta out of the cooking pot, don't dump the water before you grab your cup of cooking water. You might see carbonara on menus that have peas in it, right? And that's totally fine. Some people put peas in their carbonara, some people don't put peas in their carbonara. I've heard that traditional carbonara does not have peas, but it really depends on who you talk to. A lot of highfalutin chefs out there will be like, no peas, it's not real carbonara. But, you know, vegetables, we need vegetables, why not add them? Some people think that the creamy texture of carbonara comes from adding cream, and it doesn't. I mean, some regions do add cream to their carbonara, but you know what, my family's Tuscan, so we're not. For a truly incendiary carbonara, it's really important to use fresh quality ingredients. That means try looking for like a really good bacon, try looking for really good cheese, try looking for really good eggs, like farm fresh eggs are a really amazing addition to a carbonara. It's one of those dishes that's so simple, there's not that much in it, so if something is lacking, it'll really show through. When it comes to salting this dish, we're gonna add just a little bit of salt, but we don't need very much. We've already salted the pasta water, so the pasta itself is going to be seasoned. We're gonna be using Parmesan, which is a pretty salty cheese, so that's gonna bring a lot of salt to the table. We're also using bacon, which is really salty as well, so that's gonna have a lot of bacon. So we may add a pinch of salt to kind of increase the saltiness just a hair to adjust, but you might not even need it. The most important thing you need to know about carbonara is that you have to move quickly. Once you add your hot pasta to the sauce with the eggs, like, you need to keep moving. You cannot stop moving that pasta. Once you apply heat to eggs, they start to cook. And if they cook when they're stationary, they solidify and it turns into scrambled eggs. And that's not what you want in your dish. It'll still taste good, but it won't have that beautiful creamy texture that we're looking for. So once you add the hot pasta to the eggs, you gotta keep that shit moving, right? You gotta keep going. If you keep the eggs in motion as they cook, they will stay creamy. The temperatures will continue to go up and they will stay in a sort of fluid texture. If you stop whisking or moving your pasta at any given point and you walk away, you're gonna come back to a bowl of scrambled eggs.